Our AD podcast today, February 3rd, is talking all things Lebanon Warriors with your AD, Keith Pantling. Coach, how are we doing today?
Awesome. Can't believe it's February, but we're moving. Winter's a long season, so we're starting to get to that postseason time for some of our sports. And yeah, it's wild times.
January seemed like it took 2 months.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Well, we're glad to be in February. Hopefully, we don't have 6 more weeks of winter, but time will tell. But let's talk about all the great things that are going on with the Lebanon Warriors. Let's start with girls basketball. They've played probably 500 ball most of the year, staying steady. I know they had their draw over the weekend. They'll take on Lakota West on the 18th of February at Fairfield. But before that, we have a game tonight and on Thursday. And let's talk, tell the fans about girls basketball, Keith.
Yeah, like you said, 500 ball, really tough schedule came out of the gate, taking on teams like Springboro and Mason. Obviously, our conference is very difficult. You have teams like Winton Woods, who's, I believe, still currently ranked one in the state that we had to play twice. And so they're battling. They're working through the adversities of a season. Excited for them this week. We have another tough one from the GCL. We'll have Baden tonight on the road. And then on Thursday, rather, we'll finish the season with our senior night at home. So then they'll have a little layoff before that game on the 18th in the postseason. So, yeah, just staying together, working hard. That draw with Lakota West is never easy from the GMC. They're the 8 seed. I believe we're the 12. So have an opportunity there to win one in the postseason now that they shrunk the divisions. Division One's down to, I think, 19 teams in the Southwest, plus Dayton in the north adds another 6 or so about 25 schools in D1. So we're right in the middle of the pack there and see what we can do as the postseason hits.
Keith, what does the staff and yourself feel about the new alignment for tournament play for basketball this year? Is it just kind of wait and see, or what are your thoughts?
I think that the coaches, it's just different. I don't think there's a preference either way, but the RPI that you're just handed and the vote doesn't sway things. There is some how do I say this? Conference support
Okay.
when you're voting. So I think it may help us a little bit that it's RPI because we only have 3 other teams in our league that would be Division One that could potentially help us in the voting, whereas someone like the GMC may have 9 or 10 teams in Division One that can help each other out and
Got it.
slingshot
Okay.
rankings. So it's done a little bit more fairly, in my opinion. And then yeah, bracket kind of falls. You still get to pick where you go on the line and go from there and have some strategy involved there. So I think it's been good so far.
Perfect. Okay, that's a great answer. Let's go to good luck to the girls as they wrap up the regular season this week and then hop into tournament play. Let's go over to the boys' side. Also, right around 500 most of the year in a very tough ECC boys basketball league this year. They have, let's see, we've got the draw this weekend, but let's see, they travel to Springboro non-league on Tuesday, and then they travel to Walnut on Friday for an ECC match, but holding their own, and let's see where things come out in the draw this weekend.
Yeah, and we didn't shy away from a scheduling standpoint. We're in Division One, so we scheduled a lot of Division One in the non-conference. They went and played some elite teams in a holiday tournament in Washington, D.C. over the break. So, yeah, right around 500. Really proud of them. We lost a lot of scoring. We lost a lot of production and a lot of seniors. And I don't think too many people had us winning too many games this year going into the season. So really proud of
It's great.
the seniors, their continued effort, the way they play together defensively. They don't care who gets credit, and I enjoy watching them play and watching them grow throughout this season. So a couple big ones coming up. Springboro is always a fun one on the road, kind of that old G-Walk rivalry. So I
Sure.
know they're looking forward to that tomorrow, and then another one on the road on Friday at Walnut Hills. So yeah, continuing to fight through that ECC schedule, and we'll be to the postseason before you know it. Their draw's coming up on Sunday.
Yeah. So good luck to them, and Defense wins championships, so just keep on plugging away. And it sounds like it's been a fun season for the boys, and hopefully that continues. Let's go to the smaller hardwood, talk bowling. The wow, what a season for boys bowling for the Lebanon Warriors! But it's become kind of a constant year in and year out with the bowling program at Lebanon. Let's get the fans up to speed as they get closer to the ECC championships on the 14th.
Yeah, so they have the girls are actually tied for first at 6-1 in the league with two other schools, and then the boys are at 6-1 as well, behind 7-0 West Claremont, who they lost to. The way the standings shake out is that ECC tournament on the 14th is factored into the overall standing. So that will be a really, really big event for us to recapture the lead and maintain that first place standing on the girls' side. So everything kind of comes up to that one tournament at Roll House in Fairfield on the 14th for the league championship for bowling. So it's a cool new format that we added in the league a couple years ago. Instead of playing a double round of duels, they play everybody once, and then that one-day tournament is half of the end of the season results. So really cool, and it's a great event. So looking forward to it.
I love how Coach scheduled a duel 2 days at Roll House with Fairfield prior to the ECC championship just to get familiar with the lanes. It's just great strategy.
Yep, you can bet your butt that was intentional. Yep.
No question. No question. Well, good luck to them. I hope it's a great week for both boys and girls bowling as success continues. Let's jump into the pool, talk boys and girls swimming and diving because it's tapering time now for swimming and diving.
It's funny you say that. I was just copied on their email last night that went home to families and students about their tapering process and all of that as we hit the postseason. So they competed at the Jim Matson Invite this weekend at up in Centerville. And then this week, our boys go north. So they on Friday are in sectionals at Centerville, and our girls go south. So they'll be at Mason on Saturday. So the postseason is here, and they're into their events and slotted in, and they'll prepare this week and see where the chips fall this weekend. So it's postseason time for swimming.
Isn't it exciting to see how much girls wrestling has grown just in the last 2 or 3 years, Keith? I mean, it's crazy. It's just as much as bowling, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the YMCA here in our community attracts a lot of swimmers. They have a great program, obviously with Mason just south of us, and how ingrained they are in the swim programs with their awesome facilities. We benefit from that quite a bit and hope to continue to grow our program.
Yeah, good luck to them. I actually was talking about wrestling. I jumped ahead of myself because I clicked on a tab and don't know why I said that. But anyway, good luck to boys and girls swimming. Now let's transition into wrestling. They are getting closer to tournament time. ECC is coming up in 2 weeks, but let's talk about wrestling.
Yeah, well, I can't say enough about our wrestling program under the direction of Nick Hensley. We have junior high kids prepping now for state. We have the youth that's integrated, doing great things and busting at the seams in terms of participation. Our JV dogs, as they call them, are doing great things, winning tournaments. Our girls program that was just launched a few years ago as things kind of started happening are doing great things. They just qualified this weekend for the state Elite Eight in terms of the duels. So they'll be going there. They're going to have individuals advance to the state tournament. And then our boys just continue to, they don't rebuild, they reload, so to speak. And they play a gauntlet of a schedule. We host a lot of events here on campus for them and have great attendance and support for their program. So they're hitting their stride now. They'll have ECCs coming up and sectionals and all those different things in state duels. So they have a really, really long season, and it's kind of just getting started to where they're going to start bringing home some postseason hardware. But they're going every which direction on the weekends, and so proud of the girls this weekend winning that regional tournament. They were the 3 seed and topped Eaton to advance to the state Elite Eight, which will be at Marysville this coming Saturday. So yeah, just so much positive things happening on the mat for our program. So many kids involved, great culture in that room. Yeah, just can't say enough good things about Coach Hensley and his staff and everything they do for Lebanon wrestling.
You know, that word you used for wrestling culture, it is such a life lesson in wrestling, the dedication that those wrestlers give. It's second to none. Cross country, swimming, wrestling, it's at a different level, and it's just fun to watch Lebanon wrestling, the success that they've had, because it is a culture.
Yep. And the way they support each other, the boys, the girls, the JV, the varsity, the coaches, the parents, just everyone's aligned and great support and a very galvanized group that is very easy to support. And I love watching their success.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Great stuff. Hey, let's wrap up this week's show talking about competitive cheer. I know they had the ECC championships this last weekend, and I believe Orlando trip is this week, I believe.
Yep, cheer and dance championships for the ECC, which we added a dance team a few years ago in the hopes of collecting some all sports points when we joined the ECC. That was one of the sports we didn't have or activities. So Zandra Thomas and Tina Flagg and Connie Dooning and the whole crew that helps that organization out has really, worked so hard to compete, and they finished second overall at the ECCs, which we were so proud of. It's especially cool to see those seniors that were kind of a part of the start and launch of the program since its inception. That to see them kind of walk off there very proud of where they've been and how much they've accomplished was really, really special. And then competition cheer is just kind of an all-year thing. They work so incredibly hard. They've been to different tournaments and competitions throughout the winter. The ECC's kind of brought to the forefront because of those, all ECC points and all the other schools that are in our conference that are there. So they ended up finishing third. They finished first in two of their categories. So really proud of them. And they're preparing, yes, to go to nationals again in Orlando, which is just an awesome trip. The coaches do such an awesome job, Bethany Lamb and Christy Smith, to organize that trip and make such a memorable moment. The parents are awesome. And they're going to do great things down there and remember that trip for a lifetime. So, that's kind of coming to a close. That's kind of the Super Bowl for them, and we wish them the best of luck and safe travels.
Yeah, good luck to them on that trip. Safe travels down and back. Have great success, and we'll hopefully get to talk good things about them next week on our winter season wrap-up show. Keith, good luck to all the Warriors this week. Thanks for your time as always. Have a great week. Hope you feel better, and we will touch base with you next Monday.
You got it. Thanks as always.